Hey, Drip Droppers. Today we're making another Lazy Susan, if you haven't guessed it yet. That's my favorite thing to make, although I will be making some other things here soon. But I have a commission request from someone whose mother or mother-in-law lives in a log cabin. So I don't know what goes with a log cabin, but all I can think about are reds and golds and oranges, especially because it's fall here. So that's what I'm going to make. Here we go right now. Droppers, welcome. Today we're going to make a Lazy Susan again because you know how I love making Lazy Susans. Now I have the back. I use press and seal to cover the back and then painter's tape, and I carefully made sure to kind of burnish these edges so that no paint is going to get through. And that will help me later when I'm finishing it. Okay, so this looks good. I've put polyacrylic on it to make sure that it's completely ready to go. I do see a little spot here that I want to just clean up. I got a piece of sandpaper around. Here we go. There we go. Just want to make sure everything looks good. That one had kind of a funny little edge on it. Okay, from the polyacrylic. Okay, so we're ready to go. First, we're going to start with some Glidden pillow paint. Now, I've already stirred this, so I know that it's good. And we're going to start by pouring it right here on this Lazy Susan. Make sure that's off there, okay. Now, I forgot to do one thing that I need to do, or we're gonna be miserable here. I'm gonna put it on a spinner like this. This is just a little glass spinner that I get. Let me just put this on here, and hopefully it's gonna stick just fine and spin just fine. All right, here we go. Looks pretty good. So we're gonna get a little of the paint spinning around here. Maybe I'll put a little bit more paint on than that. We'll see here. I probably will put a little bit more on. I like it to cover about 2/3, so maybe just a slight bit more over here. Now, for this Lazy Susan, what I want to do, this is a commission piece, so someone asked me to make it for them. And their mother or mother-in-law, who they're making it for, lives in a log cabin. So I'm going to look for something. I'm trying to make something that's kind of like, to me, log cabin-ish. I might get this all wrong, but I'm going to go for it anyway here. So what I'm going to start with is a pearl red. So I've got a pearl red here. This is Master's Touch Pearlized Red. And I'm gonna make 4 little groupings here. And I know this is a little thick, but that's how I like it for this part. So I'm gonna make 4 little piles. It's got a bubble in it. I'm gonna try to make them kind of even here with my board. All right, and next I'm going to do this mica Azteca, and it's just like a metallic paint. Kind of reminds me of it's not gold, that's for sure. It's almost like a rose pink, but not really, more like a coralish when you really see it, when it comes out on the piece, when you put it with the red. So that's going next. And then I'm going to do this little piggy Grenache. So this is a red. This is probably my favorite, this little piggy. Oop, well, that one went itself right on there, so that's okay. I don't mind if it gets around on this piece because I'm actually going to use it that way. I actually want it showing throughout this piece. All right, and next up we're going to put something on called Zeus, which is another this little piggy more like a copper-ish. So I'm put some of that on. Put a little of this right in the middle, or where I think the middle will be. And put a little more of that Grenache on toward the middle here. All right, and then finally we're going to use Brûlée, which is another this little piggy color. Stir it up really good, and I hope I have all my consistencies right. This is another one I want spread throughout. So I'm actually going to put it in different places here. And I really want it in the background. Okay. And then we're back with a little more red in each section right on top. This red gets so hard to get the consistency right, but it comes out beautiful, so I'm not going to fight it anymore. All right, so we've got that part, and now we're going to put cell activator on, right on top of that red. We're going to put it in all 4 spots on the last color that we put on. We're going to put it there on purpose. And there we go. Next, we're going to blow it. Here we go. I've got this little tiny blower I'm going to be using. I'll start in the middle, and we're going to blow that cell activator. I'm going to make it bigger there. I'm going to blow it up over. Doesn't look that exciting yet, does it? All right, beautiful so far. So far, so far, so far. Now I want it to spin evenly and to spread out as evenly as I can. So let's move all this stuff out of the way here so we can get it spinning a little bit here. It might be time to add some more paint here. That's why it's really spinning more, so. Oh, I think it's going to be beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see if we can get those cells to pop just a little more. They get a little bigger when you spend a little extra time on them. Oh, that Grenache just looks stunning in here. It's okay that it's not perfect. That's not even going to show when we get done. I already can tell it's going to be beautiful. Now the next thing I'm going to do is try to embellish it. I want to see if I can get it to kind of I want it to spread as evenly as possible, but I also want to kind of embellish it. All right, so we're going to start here. Try to bring some of these colors out. I want them to be out here in the middle. Oh, so pretty. Right in here. Come over here to the middle. Oh, that is so pretty. So what we want to do, I think we want to add another little bit here. So let's see if we can, while it's still like this, I bet we can. Let's see if we can find a little more color here. Where's my red? Where did it go? Okay, it's got to be right here. I moved everything around and out of the way. So let's see, here it is. All right. I actually think I'm going to add a little bit more right here, so it's a little more even. So let's put a little more here. All right. Same thing, we're going to put our same colors. We have plenty of time to work on this. There's no hurry. Same order. A little bit of Zeus on there. Back to a little more red. Oops, we want the Brûlée next. And a little more red. Okay, with a little more cell activator on. We have plenty of time. There's no hurry on this. If we need to add a little more, we can. Just let that sit for a minute. See if we can get everything kind of a little more leveled out. So far, it's looking beautiful. We'll come back to that spot in a minute. All right, so let's keep going here. Oops, we don't want that. And we're back here, so let's see if we can just kind of do the same thing here. beautiful so far. It's really amazing. Here. And I also think this right here. All right, so far, wow, that's looking beautiful. So let's give it a few spins here. So we're definitely spitting off that side. So let's bring it more this way, see if we can get it spinning the other way. Oh, here we go. We're going to kind of get it moving over that way. Got plenty of paint here. Try not to get it on me. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. Oh, look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, before it gets too far off, I just want to see if there's any more embellishing I can do here. See what we've got here. It's looking beautiful so far. Let's get some more spinning. A little more to work this way. I think the colors are just amazing. I like to work with lots of paint, so I've got plenty to work with, and I appreciate that more than trying to not have enough and get it to spread. I like this so much easier. So let's see. See if we can kind of get it to move this way a little bit too. All right. Spin again. But then know where your hands are so you don't wreck your piece. Don't mind that so much because it's bringing the part over I need to come over. Once I get that over, then I can make the rest of the adjustments. Oh yeah, where we need a little help is right here. Let's see if we can get this to work its way over here. And over here. So far, I love the negative space on it too. All right, so right here, we're gonna need some more paint. So let's put some more paint there. Just gonna use a little more paint out of the container. I like to close it up in between so it doesn't get so dried out. All right, so here we go. We're gonna put a little more paint here. We'll see if we can coax this paint to come down and off. Sometimes just giving it a little surface to help it is just enough. So we're going to see if we can get that to move there. Okay. And then here, give it a little more paint right there since we've got the paint out. Paint here. And a little bit more. What should happen is the paint should have an easier time now. All right, so here we go. Let's spin again. I think we really want to go this way anyway. So let's see if we can get some of the paint to come back toward the middle. Now, before all the paint comes off, I really want to get some more embellishing here. I'd like to bring a little more color over right here. So it doesn't look so lonely. I like that. And maybe over here. Okay. I just love how it's looking. Okay. And I still feel like we need to go this way with a little bit of it. A little more paint that way. Just gently letting the paint move off. Okay. All right. And now a little more embellishing. Here, this looks like a cow's heart to me. So we can't have that. Split this right here. That'll be pretty. Here, I think we could do a little bit. I really like it. I don't love this right here, this little streaky part. Probably going to fall off anyways. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, let's spin it a bunch more. Here we go. This is where we're going to lose a lot of the paint anyway. and it's going to spread out more. Let's get more. Pretty, pretty, pretty. If you could see this, the Grenache is just like, pow. Just, wow. So we can move our paint still a little more this way. The Grenache and the Zeus, that gold, are stunning. This is the part where I wish I had taken time to put that base on before I poured the pillow paint on. All right, so this needs something here. Okay. All right, let's keep going. There we go. That's what I want to do. The paint moving that way. I don't want it to fall off, so I got to be careful. So stunningly beautiful. So I'm also kind of checking it to see if there's any part of it that doesn't look right to me. I don't see any part of it that's ugly, or I just think it's quite beautiful. I think what I want to do is here. I don't love this line right here. Just break it. And here, I'm gonna break it. And here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, just a little more spinning now. And then we're just gonna stop and not touch it anymore. Just let it dry. I do love it. I think coasters to go with it would be beautiful. Wow. Get a little more speed on it. Let's see how deep the paint is on it, how we're doing. We're going to switch our gloves out. And we're going to... I think I might like to get a little more paint off it, but not much. Get some fresh gloves. Wow, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. I like to change my gloves during. Wow. I think this is really quite beautiful. Still has a lot of paint on it. I can tell because paint's still rolling off it. I can see paint dripping off right here. So the next step is to get a little more paint off it. I'm watching to see when it stops dripping. This is a messy, messy, messy thing to do. But, oh, so gorgeous. How beautiful. I would love to see this one just come a little more this way, but I think it's too late now. Got too much paint off it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Keep spinning. Oh, I touched the sides. I don't want to do that. Oh. Put it back on my Lazy Susan. And next thing I'm going to do is clean some of this paint off the edges of it. The sides look absolutely gorgeous. Try to center it a little more here. A little bit. Let's try to see if we can run it just a little bit more. Some more paint drop off it. It doesn't have to spin hard. Okay. It's beautiful. I'd like it to go a little bit more because of the spot I touched there, right here. Well, I don't know if that's the spot I touched or what happened there, but actually it's quite beautiful, right, like it is. Yeah, we need to go just a little bit more. Get this side to come over just a hair more. Lots of little touching up you can do while you do these if you're trying one at home. Don't be scared. Okay. Don't be afraid. They are very, very neat. And you know what? What's the worst you can do is ruin it and start over. You can throw things away. Oh, that helped a ton. The sides look gorgeous. We have one little spot here I'd love to see get better, but I think it might be all she wrote. Let's see. Keep that paint going. This is just gorgeous. I'm going to do a flyover in a minute so you can see what it's like. We got a lot of the paint is off now. I think we're in a good place. Right now what I'm doing is just running my stick along the bottom to help the paint. It'll drag over the bottom and just be all blobbed up there. It's really nice if you can just drag your stick along. It all helps me tell if it's done. It's looking pretty amazing right now. I don't see anything in it except right here. There's a slight little piece of something in there. Let's get that out. And I think other than that, I'm looking at the top. It's got some bubbles. Here's a little something right here. Let's see if we can get that out. I'm looking for little spots where the pillow paint popped up through that I can kind of dunk. There's one. There's one. Here's one. You can just push those down with a little stick or something. Here's one right here. If you want to go for perfection. Here's one. This is just where the pillow paint we used, the glidden, pops back through. And that'll happen as it's drying too, but we do everything we can right now to take care of it. You want to dunk it and get the color back over it. I'm also looking, is there anything on it that doesn't look right? Did anything drop in it? Here's a spot I can do. Any more embellishing I want to do? Now's my last chance. Like right here, I think I'd like to just give that a little something or other. Wow. I just love it. I think it looks beautiful. You know, it's not perfect. And nothing you make will be. But if you like it, that's what matters. I'm surprised that my customers, when they see things I make, they love them so much. I know all of the imperfections, but they don't. That's perfect. All right, I think we're going to stop and let it dry now and see what happens. I want to make sure it's nice and solid. Okay, I'll do a flyover here in a minute so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. So we want to do a little flyover so we can see all the pigments in it. So I don't want to touch it until tomorrow.